There have been collective arguments about what is the worst block in Minecraft. So why don't we look over those reviews and let's see what we personally think is the worst block. Coming in from the first results on Google, we have Audrey S saying that nether wart block is the absolute most useless block. Now, it's clear that she doesn't build. She doesn't build anything nether related. She doesn't build anything red. Because I see nether wart block as pretty useful in building. I mean, I even use it sometimes in building. It's a nice block for when you're making nether creations, or when you're just building with a lot of red in general and you want to give it some variety. So, sorry Audrey, but I'm going to have to say that nether wart block is pretty useful. Up next, Geeky Creeper says that lapis block is the most useless block. Now listen. Lapis isn't the most attractive block, but here's one thing that it does have. You know how lapis can be, mined with fortune? Yeah, let me just have a full inventory of lapis instead of turning it into blocks. So I'm going to say that lapis is pretty useful, especially in block form. Nathaniel V comes with quite the claim, saying that flour is the most useless. Well, listen, you can turn these into dyes, plus they look sick around your base. I mean, are you really gonna make a house that doesn't have any sort of flower or color in there? Right, it's just gonna look dead and boring. So you know what? Flowers, they're not useless. They're pretty cool. You knew this one was coming on the list, diorite. Now, diorite, it's gotten better over the years. It's actually gotten a decent polish texture. I mean, to be fair, the one that you would find underground still looks absolutely awful. It is an abomination to the eye. But the polished one doesn't look as bad as it used to look. It's gotten a little bit more lighter. You can actually use this in buildings, especially if you have connected textures. It doesn't look too bad then. But if we're just talking about the regular one that you would find in the caves or when you're strip mining, yeah, that one's pretty awful. I would never use this, so that's going on my list for personal worst. Why does everyone feel the need to hate on the dead bush? Not only does it now give you sticks, but it can also look pretty cool in building. So if we do something kind of like this, isn't that cool? So yeah, if you know how to use dead bushes correctly, they're not useless, especially now since you can get sticks from them. Is this just like a collective thing, or does everyone hate coarse dirt for some reason? I love coarse dirt. It's the only dirt that won't change into grass or mycelium when you put it next to anything. It's perfect for building. So if anyone says that they hate coarse dirt, they clearly don't build anything that is outside anywhere. Because coarse dirt is absolutely perfect. I use it in pretty much every build. So there you go, coarse dirt. That's one of my favorite blocks, actually. Alright, yeah, I get it. The dragon egg has no real functionality in single player. You can only get it one time. It's more of a trophy. I get it. But listen, it's a trophy nonetheless. Like, would you rather have absolutely nothing when you kill the dragon? Do you just want that little achievement? Or do you want something to show that you killed the dragon? Personally, I'd have something that I would rather have so people can see, like, oh, this guy killed the dragon. Plus, if you get this in the right place, it can actually look pretty cool. You can build a nice shrine around it. It just gives you something to work around. So, I think the dragon egg is pretty useful, not only because you can kind of build a little bit with it, especially in creative mode. You can make some pretty cool lamps. But also because it is a trophy block. And if you're talking about in single player, it doesn't have much uses. You can only use it once, but it's still a pretty cool block. No, bedrock officially wins the most useless block in the game. You can't build with this thing. It's just stopping you from falling out of the world. You can't do anything with this block.